So apologies if this is going to be overly vague. I'm trying to protect the identities of various people. Well, we have to give some names, but I'm going to try to be very, very careful. So if it's a little vague on details, just go to the comment section and say, I'm confused. Which woman is this? Which woman is that? I will try to, with that anonymity in mind, I will try to answer questions. Okay, so what happened? Well, again, to be fair, this isn't directly tied to Nora, but it is a symbol of the dilemma. Because people keep putting in the comment section I'm being too harsh on Nora. You'd be shocked. I'm actually being very nice. So I'm going to try to be as fair as possible and balanced, but it still looks bad. Now, she's not directly involved, but again, she has tried to put herself out there as this kind of moralist, condemning Aaron. So, okay, fine. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we just keep it plain and simple. Aaron is a very evil, ugly monster. He's done many terrible things. There's no need to make stuff up, but she's been caught several times blatantly lying about him. I don't know why she's doing it, but she keeps doing it. And it's like, if that's what Nora's going to do, she's going to lose credibility. That's her business. But I think it's going to damage other people saying, well, what about you? No, I'm trying to keep it factual. There's no need to make stuff up. So let's get to it. What happened? Well, recently, Ken, and again, Ken is more of a DOA ally, but this is relevant to Nora, and we're going to get to the relevance soon, but we got to describe what happened with Ken. So Ken was in his car, apparently, as well as his house, trying to put out a video, right? Remember, he's a DOA guy, and, he does what he does. And out of nowhere, apparently his girlfriend or lover was caught him in a cheating scandal and started yelling at him, saying, "I know what you did. I know you were talking to that girl." Da 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 da. And Ken was like, "What are you talking about? That never happened." And she's like, "No, I saw the text. This definitely happened. I know what you're trying to do." And so they just had a huge back and forth, cursing at one another. It definitely got into a spiral. Now, to be fair, I have seen the video and audio. It's a little confusing because the clips are basically taking things from one part of the stream with another part of the stream. So I want to be careful. We don't know the full context. We need more facts. And as far as we know, this could be a one-time thing with Ken, but it does look bad because Nora does. Nora keeps bringing this up, saying that Aaron's cheating is very systemic, right? Which is true. He has done this over and over again. In fact, sometimes it's beyond crazy. He will have like 2 to 3 lovers. He's still married, by the way. He will be juggling 2 to 3 girlfriends while being married. So clearly something is not right with this guy. It's not, I think, at all even about having these relationships. He just seems to get a kick out of manipulating people. So he's a pretty sick, evil individual. And that's where we are with Aaron. Is Ken is Ken just as bad? I don't think we know for sure yet. But now we're going to get to the Nora portion and see. Yeah, she's not going to be answering those questions. She's focused on Aaron, which is correct. That's fine. Aaron is a big threat. That's fine. However, people can ask questions, but even asking questions will apparently get you banned. So recently, Nora did a stream and someone brought up, well, what about DOA? DOA has a really bad record with women too. Weren't you going to talk about that? And Nora got really angry. Now, to be fair, she did get a few insults. She was called a fatty, which, let's be clear, like Nora is very aggressive. She insults people a lot. She does. She can be very aggressive, but apparently calling her fatty and bringing up DOA got her really angry, and this person was banned just for asking a legit question. Now, maybe insulting her was not wise, but, I mean, it's fatty. Calm down. But the question was legitimate. But I'm not even going to get into that. We're now going to get into Aaron because this is how weird it gets with these people. So the person who was banned put up a video detailing Ken's infidelity. And the comments were really interesting. And I know this one woman because I've seen her over and over again defending Aaron. Now, I have a personal stake, and we'll get to my portion. But let's give, to put it mildly, her weird fantasy recreation. So, obviously, the parallel is between Ken and Aaron, that they like to insult, curse at women, so on and so forth, to protect their cheating scandals, etc., etc., etc. And showing that they're narcissists and all that. Okay, that's the basic gist. So this woman in the comment section is saying, "Oh no, Aaron would never talk like that. He'd never be like Ken, because Ken was cursing a lot. He's very, very vicious." Okay, really? Well, let's disprove that factually. And apologies to some of the older subscribers. They know this. They probably know this. But some new people might be shocked. So let's get right to it. So Aaron, a few years ago, was running for political office. And out of nowhere, he decides, hey, I need signatures. I'm going to go to a bar. So he goes to the bar and he sees a girl. And again, I want to be careful. You decide whether he's stalking her or just being aggressive. I don't know. He found this girl or woman from Scientology and he wanted to have a relationship. By the way, this is not Juliana. This is not Lindsay. This is not Jenna. This is another woman who apparently is an active Scientologist. Not an ex-Scientologist. Keep that in mind. Active Scientologist. Yeah. So anyway, Aaron tries to communicate with her. The woman lets him know, no, I'm not interested. And Aaron, of course, sees her and starts to get very loud. Now, I want to be fair to Aaron. He says this. He did insult her. He did curse at her, but not directly. He didn't do it in front of her face. Apparently, he was talking to someone else, but he was being very, very loud. So he kept talking to this other person, being very, very loud. And she had her boyfriend there. And of course, she and the boyfriend were getting annoyed. So the boyfriend, after several times, Aaron got very loud, insulted her, used foul language. The boyfriend went to him and said, please stop doing that. He was so loud, the bar employees heard him. Right? So Aaron was like, apparently refused, kept going, and they had a fight, and he lost. He lost the fight. So the boyfriend and girlfriend leave. Aaron calls the cops. He lies to them. He tries to gaslight them, saying, well, what happened? What did he say? Oh, this guy. Yeah, he attacked me. Well, what happened? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, it's insane. It's just innocent, just minding my own business. And he just attacked me. So they double check his story, talk to the bar employees, and they're like, yeah, he was yelling and screaming. And the boyfriend tried to de-escalate. He kept escalating things. And so they go to him saying, well, we heard different. We heard that you were being very loud and obnoxious, and you were calling this woman all kinds of insults with foul language. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I did. I'm not going to lie. I did call her those things. And they're like, well, this puts us in a difficult situation. It seems like you instigated the fight. It didn't come out of nowhere. So they just have a huge back and forth. This is all public. This body cam footage is public record. And just to top it off, when Aaron was discovered, he lied again to his audience. He said, oh, that's an OSA operation. It was an OSA. Okay, now let's get back to this woman. So this woman is clearly lying about Aaron. And I know this woman. You know how I know her? She threatened me on this channel. Now, I did not report her, but I should have. I really should have gone to YouTube and been like, yeah, this person is not good. They're threatening people. Now, I don't want to be melodramatic. It was, people can say, well, I don't think that was really a threat. I mean, yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, but I'm not stupid. That was a threat. And I'm like, why are you threatening me? Like, what are you threatening me over? Because I'm being factual with Aaron. That's the real issue here. Is if you're saying too many factual things about Aaron, he will get really mad. He will get really angry. He will try to destroy your channel. He's already put a copyright strike on this channel. Right? And again, I'm not here to plead or beg or whatever, but I just ask people, please sign up to the other channels. Please, because I just don't know if this channel will survive. I'm doing okay so far. And the strike will evaporate in about a month. But again, it can happen. If there's another strike, the channel, at least for a while, will be terminated. Why? Well, because I was being factual and reporting what Aaron did. And Aaron did this. This is not me. This body cam footage is public record. You can Google it in 3 seconds. So what are we doing here? And this woman's like, oh, Nora's delusional. Nora is delusional, but not about this issue. Right? So the main critique here is to Nora that you're damaging the cause. I think Aaron should be getting rid of too. This guy is bat crazy dangerous. He is. He is. He's trying to censor people, bully people, silence people. It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. And again, let's be careful. Nora was not directly involved with this Ken incident. Okay, so Ken is Ken and DOA is DOA. However, Ken is a big DOA supporter. So if Nora, which I think is also correct, calling out Aaron and his supporters, right? The men and women supporting Aaron despite his many scandals and his many problems, I think it's correct. It's correct to criticize them. But what about Nora? If you're supporting DOA, fine. But that comes with certain responsibilities. If you think what DOA is doing is fine, so be it. But defend it. Stop banning people. It's perfectly legit to bring up that question. Now, maybe DOA is innocent. At least argue the point. Stop banning people. If he's innocent, argue the point, right? And again, Nora's not technically responsible for Ken. Sure. But is Natalie technically responsible for Aaron? No. But it's perfectly right to hold her responsible. She's on the board of the foundation. She knows what Aaron did. She knows. We know she knows. She doesn't care. It's perfectly right to criticize her. And Nora's taking the same stance. She's acting cynically ignorant, saying, I don't really know. Oh, is DOA guilty? Is Ken guilty? I don't know. I'm not directly involved. Correct. DOA is directly involved with Laura. Ken is directly involved with his lover. But really, you're saying it's not just Aaron, guys. Natalie's guilty too. Correct, Nora. That's correct. Well, maybe it's not just DOA. Maybe they also have their own little narcissistic group. Maybe they have their own echo chamber. Maybe that should also be called out. I'm not saying, quote, they should be, but it's possible, right? Let's be very clear. This is hypothetical. We need to know more information. With Aaron, case closed. He definitely lied to the police. He lied to his audience. He was definitely acting in a criminal, dangerous manner. Honestly, I don't know why the police didn't take him in and just arrest him, but he got lucky. And that's just it. He's just had a lot of luck, but eventually he's going to get caught. And I think people like Natalie should reflect upon what they did. They helped create a monster. But Nora's kind of doing the same thing. And it's right to call her out. It's also right to call her out her censorship. But my real criticism is for this woman defending Aaron, just pretending, after threatening me, that, Aaron is such an innocent guy. I don't understand this. Really? Really? Okay, well, that's where we are. That's where the Aaron fans are. They will threaten you in 1 second, and then the next second saying, guys, Aaron is totally innocent, and it's really his critics. They're the really violent, toxic one. Really? Didn't you just threaten me? No, that never happened. It did happen. It did happen. This bar incident happened. 2 bar incidents happened. 2 of them while he was running for political office. So if you want to defend Aaron, that's fine. But at least try to be honest about it. At least try to be truthful. Just a little truthful about him.